So in every story, there is a hero and there is a villain. Doesn't matter if you're the worst or the best villain of all time. Doesn't matter if you're the villain from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that shady looking guy, or if you're Handsome Jack. There will always be a henchman or a minion involved. Trust me, Handsome Jack could not take over the planet if it wasn't for Hyperion, his army. So today I wanted to talk about a movie talking about those guys, basically. This guy, Minion. Banana. And so I recently saw this movie, and I wanted to talk about it. So let me start. I like the way that this movie introduces its characters. Basically, these guys were bacteria, and they were swimming with the other bacteria. And eventually, those other bacteria turned into fishes, and these guys just evolved, followed those fishes around, followed the biggest, baddest creature there ever was, until eventually they could walk with the dinosaurs. And I like that part because of the fact that they look like they were having a blast on that dinosaur, running around, just being chaotic, until they eventually kill that dinosaur. And banana, that's all I'm going to say, banana. And so they eventually evolve even more, and they meet the humans, they meet us basically. We basically chase them off into this cave where they end up forming a civilization. And for decades, I'm pretty sure it's decades, they're in there enjoying their own civilization. Until one day, all their hearts just stopped. Not literally, but they all stopped and wept and said, "There's more out there. There's much more out there." And then they realized that their meaning in life was to follow the biggest, baddest man of all time. And so Kevin comes along. Well, actually, I think this might be Bob. Well, it could be Kevin. I'm pretty sure it's Bob. And so Kevin comes along and says, "People, listen to me. I will find the biggest, baddest. Now, I'm going to choose some people." Oh, no, nobody wants to come? Okay. Oh, okay, Bob and Stuart. And so Stuart's this guitar playing minion. Typical, I mean. And Bob is this little kid, adorable little kid. Pretty sure Bob was probably the most loved one in Despicable Me, which I haven't seen, so excuse me if I'm wrong. And so these guys go out looking for the biggest, baddest. But they actually run into the biggest, baddest at VillainCon. And her name is Sandra Bullock. That's right, guys. Sandra Bullock is the biggest, baddest of them all. Or Scarlet Overkill is. Which is basically voiced by Scarlet. Yeah, okay, you get it. Basically voiced by her. They meet her, they say, "Okay, sure, you can be our minions." So they come along. And basically Scarlet tells them, "You can be my minions if you steal the crown of England for me." That's right, she basically wants to take over England. Not bad. I mean, that's basically what a villain wants to do. They want to take over. Sometimes it's a cause mayhem, but most villains want to take over. And so these guys obey her because they're minions, of course. That's their job. They're probably happy now. And so they go get it. And then shenanigans happen. Just a bunch of shenanigans. A bunch of slapstick, to be honest. And so this movie leaves off with a good ending, I guess, if you watch Despicable Me. I've never seen it, so I couldn't really say that much about the ending. So I'm not going to try to spoil it. I mean, I did spoil it, some of it, but it's basically And so I'm gonna have to say for the rating, it's a 5 out of 6 for adults. Because I came at this movie with kid eyes, basically. Every once in a while, I'll enjoy a good kids movie. And so for a kid, I would have to say it's probably a solid 8. I would probably own it on Blu-ray if I had my own kid. And I also have to give it a rating of banana. That's right, a banana. Banana. And so that's what I'm gonna leave off with. 5 for adults, 8 and a seal of banana for kids. So thank you for watching the video. Subscribe and like if you want to. I'm not gonna force you to. But if you don't, there will be chaos in the world. Well, in this part of the world at least. So goodbye.